Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is an M12. It's the Tier 7 American SPG. This one's located on the south spawn of Lakeville, and it's under the command of 73north of the WTWW clan. And yes, he's been very active. If you can see, he's actually linking to videos where he's actually appeared. Yes, he loves watching or getting other people to watch his replays. I can't blame him actually, because they are good videos. Well, some of them are made by me. Anyway, he's heading off into the back of the map, and Scorpion just moves back to allow him to get in. Tier 9 game with Tier 7 tanks in it, so he's bottom tier. But that means he's got much more chance of getting a high XP out of this one, because of course you get a bonus for every tank you hit that's one tier over your own tier. So every tier 8 or tier 9 that he hits, he's going to be getting 10% extra. Well, Tiger 2's turned up, and oh, A phase 1, that's tier 9. Well, that one exploded a short distance away, but not close enough. He's relocated himself to avoid counter battery. This map, it's so important to relocate after every shot, because enemy RTs do know where they park themselves. That's better. He got a hit this time. He's got a 155mm main gun, which is capable of doing 600 alpha, 13.9mm pen, 7.2 meters on the burst radius, between 11.5 and 23 seconds of stun. He also can carry other rounds, and the non-stun HE is capable of 750 alpha and 49mm pen, but only has a 4-meter burst radius, so it's much smaller. The armor piercing rounds will do 420 alpha, and they've got 218mm of pen. Okay, he's playing with the Emil 1 at the moment. Guys, being fairly predictable. You notice how he's just moving backwards and forwards. A lot of tank drivers will just do that, and that's why it's easier to hit them. 236 hit points from that shot. And we've just located a T30. That's a tier 9. So, yes, he's definitely worth hitting. Okay. Almost loaded. Standard reload, 26.56 seconds. You can see here that 73north has got 22.98. So he's actually 4 seconds better. And he got a hit on the T30 for 171. The way to do this is to rack up the damage. Try and fire as soon as you're loaded on the enemy. And that way... Oh, we just saw a tracer from the enemy Arty. So we know he's behind that row of bushes now, because that's where he would be if you trace that line back. You only get 20 rounds of ammunition in the M12. Which is a pity, really, because it means you get a limited number of shots, and you can run out of ammo if you're not careful. Well, our Progetto's gone all in. He's gone, as I would say, balls deep, but yes, don't explain to the children what that means. Yeah, he's actually crossed the center line. Now he's actually in grave danger of being wiped out. Okay, there's the enemy RT. I did say he was behind those bushes, and that's exactly where he was. Okay, our guys are flooding through the valley, but have you noticed in the town, our guys are being pushed out of the town, and so we might win the valley, we might lose when it comes to the town. We might have to relocate soon if that's the case. Now, in fact, actual fact, the Americans did have a vehicle which actually carried around the shells. That was called the T6, oh no, not the T6, sorry, T30, the M30. It was a cargo carrier. It carried 40 rounds of extra ammunition, and it didn't have the howitzer or the gun, because it is a French gun, this sort of gun of French design. T30's gone, the Emil's gone, our guys are now able to get to the cap area. So it's rather unfair for Wargaming to only give this RT 20 rounds of ammunition, when in actual fact during the war they carried a lot more than that. Well, they didn't, but another vehicle did and carried it around for them. For instance, the S51, which is actually in the game, has 30 rounds of ammunition, 10 more than the M12, but they're both at the same tier. I think that's a little bit of bias in favour of the Soviet. They only made 100 of the M12. 60 were made from September of 1942, and another 40 until the end of the year, and 40 were built in the start of 1943 until March. So 100 in total, only 74 of which actually went to Europe for use over there. They were called the door knocker, mainly because they blow up bunkers. They smash the bunkers down. They could actually drive through considerable 7 feet of steel reinforced concrete. They can literally demolish these buildings. Almost loaded. Which one's he going to go for? Looks like he's aimed for the Viz 44-1. Direct hit. The other 44-1 goes down. There's only 4 enemies left. And he's getting stun assist off this as well. Nice shots. Can he get the kill? He's almost loaded. He's trying to line up the shot on where he thinks the 44-1's going to go. He's stuck there behind the house at the moment, which is Arty safe. But rounds out. Oh, he splashed him to death. So he got a kill. And there's only 2 enemies remaining now. An E75. 2 E75s actually. And they're both coming in this direction from the town. But our Scorpion is protecting us. Now we're going to see if we can have a go at these guys. But it's a little unsafe being where we are because we're a bit prominent. He's guessing that the E75 has moved up to that bush. It's probably the only place he can be. Oh, he's actually a lot closer. Here he comes. Now line up the shot. The house is in the way. Of course, the E75 wants that. He's looking towards the Scorpion, not looking at us. Does take a hit. 75, but we're a little too close. And we did get spotted. Our gun's up. And we are capping at the other end, but our team are flooding back to take both of the E75s. In fact, one of them is headed back to his own cap, whilst the other one is coming on here trying to kill us. In fact, he's headed directly towards us. He must think we're an easy kill. Well, not so easy in the end, because we're going to get behind the rock. And if he does come out at us, he's going to meet a lot of tanks coming the opposite direction. Okay, we're getting ready for a shotgun. Now he's anticipating the guy's going to come from that corner. Might be easier for him to just move a little further around the rock. But the game's over. They've captured the cap. Here's the end of battle results. And that was a first-class tanker for 73 North of WTWW in the M12. He managed to get a expert in the Czechoslovakian tanks because he actually took out the Viz 44-1, and that was the last of all of the tanks, the Czech tanks, that he needed to kill to get the expert. He also managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 7. And his win rate from the game was 2,848, which is Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, you can see the highest damage in the game actually went to the Borask. He picked up the high caliber for 4,446. Second highest damage went to the A phase 1 on the enemy team, 3,414. Third highest damage turned out to be the T30 on the enemy team, 2,880. When it came to kills, it was the Progetto 66. Yes, the guy who made a rash decision, but it actually paid off for him. He got 4 and he survived the battle. 3 kills went to the Barask. 3 kills went to the Object 705 in second place. And in third place was one of the E75s on the enemy team, and the Viz 44 won. And we can see that 73north only got 1 kill. When it came to base XP, he's in third place because the top scorer was the Barask with 1,313. 1,052 went to the Progetto 66 and 1,029 went to 73north. They were the only ones who managed to get over 1,000 base in the game. He fired 15 rounds, so 75% of his ammunition expended, 9 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations but 14 splash. Damage of 2,000 hit points, of which 1,924 were at more than 300 meters. He damaged 5 of the enemy, killed 1, and he did 1,753 hit points of stun assist off 13 stuns. On a premium count, he actually earned 30,795 credits from the game, and he also picked up 3,087 experience points out of the game as well. So a superb game there for 73north again. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like, and thank you for watching.